Starting in Tadasana, today's class is called Time. Time has been my enemy since I was born. I think I'm never on time, and it's a well-known fact with all friends and family. I think my inner clock runs differently, but here let's hope we all run to time. So, in Tadasana, have a rock around your feet. Find that grounding sensation particularly. That's the feeling we want here, to be really attached to the earth, to where we are in the present moment. Yoga takes us into the present moment. And that's the only place life exists, is in the present moment. Life has existed, life will exist, but here we are in the present where it does exist. So rocking around on your feet, find yourself grounded. Maybe close your eyes if you're comfortable. We're going to do a breathing practice, and all we're doing is focusing on our yogic breathing. So taking our hand, maybe both hands to your belly might help you, maybe to your chest and your belly, wherever you feel more comfortable. It's the belly breathing, the diaphragmatic yogic breathing we're taking this morning. So first of all, before we do that, think about grounding through your feet and seeing if you can switch on your legs a little bit. So glutes move forward slightly, hip flexors open slightly. Knees are still quite soft. We're not straightening the knees to the point of pushing through the joint too much. We want them quite slightly relaxed through your knees, but the hips are switched on so that you draw open this area, your hip flexors, and draw your tummy in just slightly. We're not holding on to it because it's belly breathing and we need it. From there, think of your spine. Are you rolling forward? Are you rolling backwards perhaps? Depends on your spine shape. Try and then push through your feet and lift your shoulders up as if I've got you by the shoulders and I'm lifting not just your shoulders, the whole of your core and your spine to come with it. So lifting up and lengthening through that spine. So you want to have come out of that concertina defect that happens throughout the day, particularly. We end up going downwards, don't we? So think of lifting through the crown particularly, maybe is a better way to put it, so that the shoulders are not coming up to the ears. And then rotate the shoulders just for a moment. Have a little wiggle of your hands. Attach yourself to your hands, and then place your hands onto your belly again, or onto your chest and belly, whichever you find more comfortable. Okay, so now looking at your breath, just watch it for 2 or 3 breaths here. Just watch how it moves for you. As soon as you attach your attention to it and become more aware of your breath, your mind wants to take over and start controlling it. Just watch it for a few breaths. So let it be, let it do its own thing. Notice how it does. Notice how it passes through time with you, without you really normally ever noticing it's beside you or within you or however you want to visualize it. The breath is always there in the present with you. So then start to allow yourself to control that breath by drawing inwards to your count of 4. Remember, through nostrils if they're available, exhaling through the nostrils if they're available, or through your mouth, to the same count of 4. So we're elongating the breath, we're slowing it down. We're not slowing time down, we're just slowing the feeling of time down by taking our breath just that little bit of slower, inhaling and exhaling. It allows us just to slow down a bit. We're still in the present, but the feeling is time is passing slower. So then focus on your hand that's on your belly, and as you draw in through your nostrils, move the breath right down through you and feel the belly swell just a little bit as you push down through that diaphragm with the breath. Exhaling from the belly, draw the belly back in, tuck it up and move the air out your lungs essentially as you breathe out. So it's deepening the breath down to the belly and the inhale so that the belly expands, the diaphragm expands, pushing the belly out to make room for your organs. Exhaling from there upwards, maybe even drawing in through your pelvic floor to engage through that bandha as you exhale. Inhaling, not just thinking of the belly this time, thinking of the chest and moving out through your ribs as you inhale. Exhaling, drawing up through from the pelvic floor. Think of an elevator coming upwards as you exhale. Inhaling, think of the diaphragm spreading out and pushing downwards so that the organs move downwards in the lower half of your body and your belly expands to make room. Exhaling, we're drawing the diaphragm back upwards like pinching a tablecloth so that the air expels from the lungs. So another couple of breaths, just focusing on your yogic breathing here. And as you're doing that, you're also moving your heart. Your heart is a muscle, remember. The diaphragm is attached to it. So as you're moving through the breath work, through your diaphragm, you're also moving the thing that's attached at the bottom of your heart onto your diaphragm. So you're moving the muscle of the heart as well. So this breathing really works well on your respiratory health because you're giving your lungs lots of nice space there in inhaling and exhaling, using the muscles of your upper body to help contract through the lungs. You're also helping your circulation through your heart. Take one more breath in and out. Open your eyes slowly and take your hands down by your side. And just have a sense of what you're feeling now. Are you feeling that you're in the present? Have you arrived on your mat? The things are still there around you as you open your eyes, but there's kind of a sense of coming out of something back into the world when you open your eyes and you've done a focus on something like your breath, like we've just done. So we're going to do some movement now to focus on being present. So when you're ready, I'm coming to the, oh no, I'm not going to go to the front of my mat yet. I'm going to stand and face you side on. Doesn't matter how you stand. Just taking a few easy movements to come to the present through our bodies again. So moving on the breath if you're comfortable with it. Have a roll through your feet again. Make sure they feel comfortable. Maybe you want to bring them in a little bit closer. Depends how your stance is this morning. But make sure you feel stable on your bottom half. We're just going to move the shoulders and the arms particularly. So when you're ready, inhaling, arms up above the head. Maybe you want to close your eyes if you're comfortable, or find that drishti as we exhale and take the arms down. So really focusing on that movement. Take two more arms up above the head, thinking of dropping the shoulders down to connect through the back muscles. Thinking of raising up through the crown to extend through that spine. This is a spinal extension, remember, so you really want to feel that you're pushing through the feet, lifting through the crown, but not through the shoulders to the ears. Exhaling the arms down. Taking the arms in front of us this time, parallel hands to each other. We're taking them up as we inhale above our head. And we're finding that little back bend, gentle back bend by extending the heart forward. Exhaling, taking the hands back down. So inhaling up and rolling the heart forward this time. Use your feet to help you roll. Take your attention back down to your feet and see if you can push gently through them. Open up through those hip flexors again and open up the front of the chest towards that top corner. Don't go too far. Don't throw your back too far. Try and keep this a nice fluid movement with the breath and with the spinal movement. Into your back bend here through the spine, through the feet essentially we're using here. Come back down to neutral, hands at the side, and we're taking ragdoll, two roll-ups and roll-downs. So we're going to tuck our chins, tuck our bellies, inhale, and as you start to exhale, tuck the belly, soften the knees, let the bottom go backwards a little bit, very gentle roll down, don't need to go right down. Try and keep to the breath, so once you run out of exhale, start inhaling and roll back up again. You maybe won't touch the floor, depends on how quickly you're moving up and down, but don't go too quickly. Take this really slowly, a real slow roll down. Take another one when you're ready. So at the top, remember to roll your shoulders open and take them onto the back of your body if you can. Another roll down gently, coming back up slowly. I'm doing it a little bit faster than I would if I was on the breath. I am breathing, but I'm not breathing, focusing on my breath because I'm talking. So take your time. When you come back up to the second top, Stop at the top and let the shoulders roll onto the back of your body. Turn your palms forward. Close your eyes or find that drishti. Have a little roll from side to side on your feet again. Feel yourself back in the present on the mat. The movement stopped. Then we're going to take an inhale and take our left arm up above our head. And as we exhale, we're going to contract armpit to hip and side bend, whoops, without hitting the light, over to the right. Inhale back up to the top, using the feet to propel you. Find that length in the spine. Exhale that arm down. Really focus on your armpit to hip movement on the second move here. Still the left arm we're taking up. Exhaling over. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Take it to the right. Inhaling up. We're just side bending. We're not rolling the heart open in this. We're just taking that lateral extension. So we're going to the side with our spine. So remember, it's armpit to hip and it's not a fold over this. A lot of people want to go further, but it's really quite a small movement. It's the contraction that's allowing your upper body, just really from the waist up, to fold gently to the side. But it's not a fold from the waist, remember. Okay, take your arms down. Take your arms in front of you. These lights are starting to annoy me. Come, take your arms in front of you, palms facing each other. We're going to take Robin Hood. So make sure you've got enough room here to open your arm behind you. I'm going to come back forward a little bit. So inhaling, exhaling, taking the right arm back. Inhaling, opening that right arm out a little bit. And exhaling, rotating round to follow it. So there's 2 breaths we're using on this move today. Draw that arm back gently to the front. We'll take that one again. So there's 2 breaths. You fit it in the way that it suits you best, not the way that I'm necessarily saying it. So start with an inhale, taking that right arm back. Then work it out yourself, whether you exhale there and then move, or move on the exhale. But try and take 2 breaths, and this time hold it in this position. Hold it in your twist and rotation. So if we look backwards, then gently turning the head to look back towards that back hand, we're looking towards the past is the thought here. So the past is always behind you. We can drag it with us into the present, but it's not really there. Whatever has happened, it's been and gone. We can't change it. We can change our perception of it, but we can't change time. We are still in the present. Drawing the hand back when you're ready, then gently moving it back round to the front. Take the hands down and have a little shake out. We're going to go to the other side. So drawing the hands up in front of you. Taking those 2 breaths, we're taking one opening, coming back to the front, and then holding on the second one. Notice if this side is different. Bringing the hand back round. Thinking of the past, sometimes it is different. Sometimes we look at things and we don't see it the same way that we saw it when we were actually living in the present. Rose-tinted glasses and all that, maybe. Okay, so holding on the second one on the rotation, gently moving up through the spine, through to the crown, and then allowing your head, maybe if it can, just to rotate on your neck a little bit more to look backwards. So it's not a bad thing always to look behind us at the past, at what's happened. There are happy memories there as well. We can't change good or bad memories, but we can look back on pleasant ones and smile. So now think of something nice from your past as you take your last couple of breaths in this position and smile at it. Think of something good in the past and have a happy smile at a happy memory. And then rotating back, letting go of the past, coming back to the front, to the present, looking forward to the future, but not in it, remember, but in the present. Hands down by your side. Have a little shake out. So moving on to a balance here. If anybody needs a wall or something to hold on to, we're just lifting one leg after the other. It's not a great, huge balance, but if you're feeling wobbly this morning, then please have something to the side, a chair, stable chair or something. Okay, so moving into your left foot, find that connection through your left foot, ground through your tripod on your left foot, kick your hip back in, find that stability there. So your plumb line is moving down through your left side, and then you're going to lift your right leg up towards you. Finding it, first of all, in tabletop, so parallel to the ceiling. And then you can either take your hand behind your thigh or bring it in front of your shin, or maybe even just hold your trousers. You can stay there if it's not mobile enough, or draw that leg up towards you slowly. So you're in half Apanasana, but standing up. So inhale and then exhale and try and draw it a little bit closer to you. But watch you're not folding over to accommodate that closeness between thigh and body. Draw up through your spine, through your foot. Use that again, your standing foot, to draw up and find that plumb line so that your crown is reaching up for the ceiling as well. And then see if you are comfortable, you can either have your hand in your waist or somewhere to stabilize you, or take it above your head and stretch the arm out ahead of you. Above your head, sorry. Have a little roll through your foot while you're here, maybe if you can, through your ankle. So just while we're here, a couple of thoughts. At Mont Blanc Yoga, I was sitting working out over the last 6 years or so when we've all been yogis together, averaging it out that we did 3 classes a week. We now do 2, but we used to do 6. So an average of 3 classes a week. If you need to come out of this, please do. 30 weeks a year on average would take us to about roughly 540 classes that we've done together. Pop your foot down, have a little shake out, have a break. So hard work that was, even though it's just standing still, I think. Some mornings it's good, some mornings it's not. It's good to be in the present and realise when you're a little bit wobbly as well. Okay, let's take a little roll down from that. We're going to come back and do the other side. So this is just to take us down and up. Roll down on your breath if you're ready. We're going to come down into down dog. So soften the knees as much as you need to get the hands to the floor. You might be really squatting in your forward fold. It doesn't matter. Folding out of the hip is what matters. Let your body fall out of your pelvis is what matters. So in this then, walk forward with your hands, keep your feet still, and come into your version of down dog. So your version is what we want this morning, not the aligned version, not the cued version, just the version that you feel comfortable in. How many down dogs do you think we've done? I haven't worked that one out, but quite a lot, I suppose. Have a little walk through your feet if you've not already, just to try and move through your hips and through your legs and warm them up a little bit. And then take one knee down at a time, or both knees down to the floor, and come into your cat-cow shape, so ready for cat-cow in all fours. Find your alignment cues. How many times have I told you what to do to align yourself in tabletop? It looks like everybody could get down and do this, whether they're a yogi or not. But remember that little tip of rotating the inner elbows forward, spreading the palms, pressing gently through the palms to ground, gently through the knees and back, front of the feet to ground, drawing the tummy up, tucking the chin up to hold the back of the neck. How many times have I had to tell you that, because I'm not doing it myself? Okay, so inhaling here in neutral, exhaling, tucking the tailbone and rolling up into cat, allowing the spine to take that nice big curve on the back of your body. Inhaling when you're ready, moving from the tailbone, start to ripple through the spine and draw your heart forward between your arms into cow, Vitalasana. Back into cat when you're ready. So remember, it's breath first, tailbone first, and then we move into the position. Same thing for cow, breath first, tailbone first, and then rolling through into cow. How many cat-cows have we done? Probably at least every second class, if not every class. It's one that we use a lot to mobilize the spine. Okay. So coming back to neutral spine, going to come back up again. So tucking the toes, pushing yourself back up into down dog, having a little stretch in down dog, maybe if you'd like to, opening up your legs maybe a little bit more, and then walk your feet this time forward to meet your hands. So really bending the knees so that the body is pouring out of the pelvis. And then coming up through a roll up. Everybody take this, opening their eyes, looking along the floor, watch for the head rush, take your time, soften the butt down a little bit, helps here to begin, and then taking the roll down, don't worry about your breath, just roll up really, really slowly. Trail those fingers up the leg as slow as you can. Your mind will want to rush ahead to the future. We're in the present, remember. Time is waiting for us. Come back up to the top, roll the shoulders out. Really enjoy that opening of the collarbones and round the shoulder. Open up the palms, spread the fingers, wiggle the toes, and be glad that you're here in the present. Okay, letting go of that. I am going to turn sideways now because we're going to take sun salutation. So this sun salutation, we're going to use cat-cow in. We're not doing the full one, but we'll do the full one again in a minute, hopefully, if we've got time. So starting at the front of your mat, I'm going to go this way for a change. Okay, so just watching this, the thought here is to try and work on 2 breaths rather than 1 breath for every movement. And watch how many times your mind wants to rush ahead into what's happening in the next minute rather than what's happening at this time. So taking 2 breaths for every movement. We start in Tadasana. We're going to breathe in and take the hands up above the head, but taking it in 2 breaths. So inhaling, exhaling, inhaling. And at the top of the exhale, we come up to the top. So 2 breaths to get there. 2 breaths then to either swan dive or roll down. It's like you're moving through non-gravity, like the astronauts do, through space, down, and you roll down in 2 breaths. Inhaling 2 breaths and coming into half forward fold. So if you did it in 1 breath, hold it for the 2nd breath. I might be slightly off time with you because I'm not counting the breaths here. So inhaling, exhaling, back into your forward fold when you're ready. Just follow me as much as you can and try and take it slowly is the idea. Stepping back with the right foot. We're coming down into low lunge on that side. So your back leg is your right foot. Taking 2 breaths here. So inhaling. Exhaling, we're taking the arms up above us, so into our spinal extension, not our back bend, so arms up above us in 2 breaths. If you get up there in 1, then hold for the 2nd, don't rush ahead. Hands then, we stay there, hands then come down either to your waist if you're more comfortable, or behind you, clasp them behind you. And then take 2 breaths to roll into a back bend now. So opening up the heart towards that top corner, inhaling, exhaling, and taking your hands down back past your butt, kind of back down to the back of your knee in your back bend. Take 2 breaths to come back up, letting go of the hands up into that extension. Hands come to the floor. We step back with the front foot and come into your tabletop just. So 2 breaths to move into your cat-cow here. Find your neutral spine. Inhale on its own there. Exhale, start to move into your cat. So taking an inhale again, halfway through moving into your cat. Take it really, really treacly slow. Exhaling. And when you start your next inhale, you're moving through into cow from the tailbone, but you're taking an exhale halfway through this movement. Another inhale then, and exhale back up into cow. And inhale back into neutral spine. Exhale when you're in neutral spine. We're going to rock back off the breath now and bring that left foot forward into our low lunge. And we're going to take our 2 breaths to extend our arms above us in spinal extension. So really, really, really trickly slow. 2 breaths as you move the hands down to your waist or behind you and move into your back bend. 2 breaths then as you come back up to extension with your arms at your side. Bring your hands to the floor. Step back with your front foot. Come into your down dog. Have a little press up from there in down dog. Taking a couple of breaths here. And then take 2 breaths to walk your feet forward. So really slow, tiny baby steps. Softening the knees, it's much harder to do it slower. You have to find the stability in the movement a lot more than doing it quickly. And then look along the floor as you draw yourself up, either roll up or sweep up, but take 2 breaths again, really slowly. Arms up above the head, into Anjali Mudra. And 2 breaths to draw Anjali Mudra down past your nose. And back to your heart. And then release the hands to the side. And take a breath there. So how was that? How hard did you find that? Did you find your head wanted to rush ahead, or actually, did you really enjoy it? Let's try it on the other side. On 1 breath this time, so just our normal breathing. So go on the other side. We'll put the left leg back first this time. So when you're ready, inhaling, draw the arms up above the head. Exhaling, when you're ready, turn the palms, draw your arms back down. Inhaling, take the arms in front of you, come into your back bend here. I don't know if I did this the last time, but we're doing it now. Opening up the chest, exhaling, taking your arms back down by your side, come back up to neutral spine. Inhaling, sweep the arms up above your head, and as you exhale, you're swan diving down into your forward fold. As you inhale, you're coming into half forward fold, reaching out through crown and tailbone, drawing tummy in, exhaling back down into forward fold, hands to the floor, step back with your left foot this time, come down into your low lunge. Back on the breath, inhale, take the arms up above the head, into spinal extension. Exhale, take the arms round behind you to your waist. Inhale, roll into your back bend, opening up the heart and the shoulders. Exhale, back up to neutral. Hands come to the floor. We step back with the front foot. We come into tabletop, ready for cat-cow. We inhale in neutral. We exhale when you're ready into cat. We inhale into Vittalasana cow. Still moving slowly, but on 1 breath. We inhale back into neutral. We press up into, did we go into down dog? Yes, I think we did. We press, no, that was at the end, sorry. We rock back and we bring our left foot forward this time. We inhale, we take the arms up above the head. We exhale, we take the arms behind us and clasp them or to your waist. We inhale when you're ready and roll the heart forward. We exhale, we come back up to spinal extension. We take the hands down to the front to beside our foot and we step back into down dog. Take a breath here. And then walk your feet forward to your hands into forward fold. And hold here in forward fold. So stop. Stop in this present moment in forward fold. Anybody that wants to come up because their head's feeling a bit weird or anything, please do so. Or take yourself down to the mat if you need to sit. But otherwise, we're holding in ragdoll. So if you're comfortable, take your hands off the floor if they're still on it. And let your clasp your elbows with either hand into that square shape through your arms. And then let your head hang. And see if you can press a little bit through your feet. Just allow your back of your legs to open slightly more. Be careful not to overstrain your hamstring, etc. But just open your legs just a little bit more. And then imagine your pelvis is that bowl, and we're pouring our body out of the pelvis. So the movement here is all about moving from the top half of the body down. The bottom half of the body is stable, and yoga teaches us as we move through it to be stable somewhere, always, even when you're moving. So we're hanging out here, but part of us is still flowing and moving as we allow our body to drape forward. And then we're coming up from this again. So either roll up or sweep up, whichever you want. Maybe if you're feeling you've been here long enough, rolling up is more sensible, but keep your eyes open. When you're ready, you're just coming back up in your way, in your choice of way, up to Tadasana. And finishing with the hands at heart center before moving the arms out into full Tadasana there. Take 2 or 3 breaths here. So moving on the breath, 1 breath at a time, moving slowly on 2 breaths at a time. Which one did you prefer? It tells us all something about ourselves when we consider these things. Some of us prefer to keep moving, to keep that fluidity, to keep that mobility going. Others of us like to take things slowly. We like to not rush ahead, not rush into things. And so some of these things, you can take it from how your mind reacts to what we're doing. You can take it from that, how we react to what happens in our life daily. So they say that time waits for no man, and yet we spend a lot of time waiting. So how does that work? Just a few things here as we go on through this to think about. So I'm usually the one that everybody's waiting on, mind you, to be truthful. I don't think time doesn't wait for me. It's always rushing ahead of me. So anyway, little consideration. Moving into a standing one here. Might want your block here by the side of your foot if you're feeling wobbly this morning. We're going into eagle. So Garudasana. So either have your block to pop your toe on or wrap it round your leg, whichever you'd rather do. But remember, this is about the standing leg. It's a standing pose. So it's about the balance on the standing leg. So we're moving into that foot again, the tripod, finding that stability and grounding, finding it moving up through to your hip to center, and then taking the right leg up again into the sort of tabletop position, squeezing the inner thighs. It's really important to do that, to bring your hips together almost towards center line, and then cross the leg. So if you don't do that, if you just wrap that leg round, you will go into a twist in your hip, and that's not really what we're wanting. We want to use the thighs to draw the leg round rather than the hips moving too much. Okay, so oops, I'm a bit wobbly this morning. So then taking our arms out to the side and crossing your right arm under your left, placing the elbow in that crease and rotating your hands so that you come into eagle arms. So we clasp the right hand here is clasping the thumb, mound of the thumb on the other hand. And then sitting down into your sit bones a little bit more. So you're sitting down as if you're trying to find a chair a little bit. And then maybe you can lift your elbows up a little bit more here and breathe. So if you wobble, if you come out of it, don't worry. So this is about patience, this pose. And we have to be patient with time because we have to wait sometimes for it to pass. Sometimes we want to get out of a situation, to get out of what's happening in the present moment. But sometimes we can't, and we just have to learn that time will go at its own pace. We have to wait for it to pass. Okay, so unclasping the hands, flowing the wings out, undoing the legs, having a little shake about. Coming into 5-star in between here, reaching out through All 5 points of you, through your feet towards the ground, through your fingers towards the sky, through your crown, lifting up through that ribbon effect again. Drawing the tummy in, the bottom under, shoulders together. Again, reaching out. So this made me think, this 5-star, is there time in space? So I'm not an expert on space, some of you may be. So finding space in the body in this and reaching out through from our centre to each corner of the universe, it made me think about space. So we're going to take the arms down now. You may already know the answer to that one. Answers on a postcard, please. Step your feet back in. We're coming into Garudasana on the other side, so bring your brick round if you need to. Might be different than this side, remember. So moving into your right foot. Sometimes I sit down first before I cross my legs. See if it makes a difference to what your stability is there. Sometimes you need the strength of that leg open to find yourself in the leg position for eagle, first of all. Use the brick or the floor or anything you need. Sitting down then, if you haven't already, remember that inner thigh cross thing, clench thing. And then bring your arms out to the side. And this time it's left arm under right, I think, and rotating into eagle arms. I'm trying to read what I've written here at the same time. It's not easy. Okay, so I looked at my questions and just breathe here while you're thinking these points. According to AI or Google or somebody, Earth's gravity causes clocks to tick slower than in the vacuum of space. Okay, Earth's gravity causes clocks to tick slower than in the vacuum of space. Okay, so coming out of eagle on that side, if you haven't already wobbled out. Back into your 5-star for a minute. Stretching out. So thinking of that, the clock ticks slower. Find your stretch feeling here. Really enjoy it. Breathing. But the other side to this that AI told me is that the faster you move through space, the slower time passes for you relative to someone moving slowly. So that really sounded gobbledygook to me. I'll have to really think of that. The faster you move through space, the slower time passes for you than it does for somebody that's moving slower in space. Have a think of that one. Ask Google yourself, see what it comes up with. Okay, taking the arms down. I'm going to take a roll down. I'm going to finish down on the floor. So taking a roll down really slowly, back down to let the ground take your weight, coming onto your back. Resting down. Once you're down there, just take a few windscreen wipers, feet to the floor, knees bent. Take a few rolls through your hips. Don't need to go right over, it's just to massage your lower back and your hips as a sort of counteraction to what we've been doing with a lot of forward folds, etc. And then we're going to come into figure of 4 or lying supine pigeon, really. So left leg stays foot on the floor, knee bent. Right leg comes up, foot flexes on your right leg to stop your knee twisting. And then you're going to help that leg over maybe into a figure of 4 so that your right ankle is now resting on your left thigh just above your knee. So you're in a figure of 4 shape there. If you don't really feel this starting to open your right hip, you might want to put a brick under your left foot just to raise that leg, and it'll bring your right hip more towards you so that it will open it a little bit more. But it's just a resting pose, this one today, really. Take the hands then behind your head and just open your elbows out to the side. So holding your head in your hands. Very relaxing pose we want this to be. So don't overstrain the leg side of it. You're still opening your hip. It's not a position you take. Maybe you do sit down like this. A lot of people do sit like this when they're sitting on a chair, men particularly. But it still will be opening that right hip. So take your focus to the right hip. See if you can use your breath or that focus just to switch off there a little bit so it does let go enough to start opening a little bit more. Notice what's holding in your hips. Notice if it's your jaw holding your hips. So is your jaw tight? Are you frowning? Lots of other parts of your body are affecting the fascia around your hip possibly. Taking a few breaths here. So the thought for this is we just take a couple of breaths. Enjoying wasting time is not time wasted. So lots of people find that they can't lie still, they can't be still, they can't be silent. I don't think yogis are particularly bad for that. It's the people that come and who can't come back that I find it's not a judgment, but I think if you are able to just enjoy wasting your time, then it's never been wasted because you have got something out of it. Your mental health is stronger for it. Your physical health is better because resting is when we heal. So undo your figure of four in your arms. Bring your legs in one at a time. Come into Apanasana. Pop your hands on your knees then. And then start to stir the pot. So start to make little circles with your knees with both hands helping them to stir the thigh bones through the hip joint is what we're doing. And I had a little phrase for this, but I've forgotten what it was. Aha. Time rushes on. So as you're stirring the pot in this direction, see if you can slow time down. See if you can start to slow those circles. Maybe make them a little bit bigger so that you're taking a little bit more movement into it. And watch how your mind tries to speed it up. This is why we use the breath a lot in yoga, because it slows us down and it takes control from the mind of what we're doing with our physical body. Bring your knees to a standstill in neutral, so time can stand still for you. And then time moves backwards sometimes, it seems, to go in the opposite direction. And moving backwards, actually, I find quite difficult because I've chosen the easy direction to go forwards in. Trying to take a step backwards isn't always the easiest thing to do, metaphorically. But here, I find trying to go in the opposite direction, I have to really think about how my movements are to try and keep them fluid. Might not be the same for you. It might be that you find this just as easy. Knees come to a standstill. Bring your right foot to the floor and now come into your figure of four with your left foot. Hands back behind your head or on your heart this time. Maybe you want to clasp them in front of you and put them over where your heart would be roughly. Again, focus on that left hip this time. Try and let go of it. See if you can find where you're holding on. Maybe it's your shoulders. Maybe you can spread them a little bit more. Maybe that helps your hips to relax. Maybe it's your opposite hip that's holding on for you because it is in a stable position. So it's more involved in holding. But you want to tell the opposite one, it doesn't need to hold here. Sometimes maybe taking your hand and moving that folded knee away from you slightly gives you a little bit more of a sensation here. Maybe not. But anyway, this is more about a resting pose, as I say. So just remember, when we're here, there's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. Nothing is broken. No one needs fixing. All is well. The time we spend on the mat is for us to consider ourselves, to consider our time in the world, to make the most of our time here, to be able to get out there and face what's ahead of us, or look at what's around us. taking that foot down then, having a stretch out. And coming into Shavasana here just to finish. So in Shavasana, go back to the breath. Start to control your breath again. As you inhale for 4 and exhale for 4, I'd like you to follow me 3 times in saying, yesterday is gone. So as you inhale, say it in your head. As you exhale, yesterday is gone. 2 or 3 breaths there. And then on the next 3 breaths, tomorrow has not come. On your exhales in your head, tomorrow has not come. Take it nice and slowly. And then the last 3 breaths we have only today. On your exhale and in your head or out loud if you want, we have only today. And then take an inhale for 4 and exhale for 6. Sign it out through your mouth a couple of times just to finish. The time to finish has come. Let go of the breath then. Stay in Shavasana if you feel you have got that precious time to do it. It's a very precious thing to do. If you have to move on with me, please take your time, roll over, come up to seated in your own time. Not my time, your time. This is your time, not my time. So just to finish, that last little ditty that we said there, yesterday is gone. So it's written, or it was written by none other than that lovely sainted lady, Mother Teresa. Very wise spirit. Wise old soul. So it goes, yesterday is gone, tomorrow has yet to come, we have only today, and it finishes with, let us begin. So as we go on to begin our day, take our hands into Anjali Mudra. And I read somebody's quote on Anjali Mudra yesterday, which I thought was lovely, and I want to repeat it to you guys. Anjali Mudra is the recognition of being connected as a human family through love. And that's how I feel about all you Mont Blanc yogis. Thank you so much for this pop-up again. We'll be in touch very, very soon. But in the meantime, the summer is coming tomorrow apparently, so enjoy as much of it as you can. Namaste.